Hello, all. In continuation of the lecture series of the IIB Developer interview question, I am going to cover the next 5 questions. Okay. To avoid the video to be longer, I have cut the video into the 2 parts. Okay. First part will be 5 questions and second part will be 5 questions. Video is going to be longer because I am trying to explain as much as possible to you. Okay. Now coming to the next question, the question number 6. How can we retrieve the information from the tree without using loop? Okay, till now basically we are fetching the information from the tree using the while loop or using the for loop. But there is a question, like example, okay, for this basically tag is repeating name, quantity, price, name, quantity, price, name, quantity, price. If the tag is repeating basically, then if you want to fetch some information from the name, that is the fourth art name, then how can we achieve that? This is the popular question in the interview without using the loop. So this is also easy question. We can achieve using the select query basically. In basically ES12, we use the select query to fetch information from inside the tree. Okay. Okay. Now let me show you how can we write the select query basically. You can write the select. You can write a select star. You can write or select R. You can write anything. You can write select R from. You can write input root dot XML dot article details did not copy it in copy. Let me copy it. Dot article details. Under that we have article. Till now basically I am declaring as a HR. Example, first we are selecting R from the here input to .xml is an article. Okay, we are selecting from we are selecting everything. We are selecting everything from where input to .xml from article detail from article. We are going to the article details. Under article details, we are going to article and we are fetching details from the name, price, and everything. This is basically a select query from. If you are using select query this, you will be able to fetch all information from the name, quantity, price, name, quantity, and price, name, quantity, and price. We are going to each and we are going to fetch information. Here we will get a result as like that. Whatever the value present inside the article, we are going to details. If you want to choose a specific, you have to choose the where you can write. You can also write, apply the where command. Where as you in the SQL, basically you can use same here. Where r dot r is basically a whole article. R dot quantity, or you can write it for r dot name. Where r dot name equal to, you can write it. I want to t-shirt basically get detail of t-shirt. R dot name equal to, you can write it under the this. If you use this, you are going to get the details of the this part only. You are going to get detail of the name, quantity, and price of the basically t-shirt. We are fetching the whole information from input to from the article detail. Under article detail from article, we are fetching detail from the article, applying the condition where name of the where name is our t-shirt, where if the name is t-shirt, then fetch the information and provide in the output. Okay, so if you want to directly, if you want to without using the loop, if you want to get the information from the repeating tag, or you can say that from the retrieve information from the tree, then you can use the select command. Okay, this is a important question of the interview. Okay, now coming to next question. This question is very popular. What is the difference between the return true and return false? Okay, the return true is something like that. If you want to, let me go through the here. If you want to send some information to the output, then you can write that here. You can use coding. You can write return true. At the rest, you can write return true. If you want to send some information to the MQ output node. But let's say example, if you are doing some insert in the database, you don't want to send some information to output, then you can write the return false instead of returning true. Because if you are performing some database operation here, if you are selecting some information from database or inserting some database some information database, and you are doing nothing, and if you are using the return true, then we are going a blank message in the output. Instead of doing, basically we perform here a return false. Okay, return false basically is used to, if you want to terminate the execution of the code, then we use the return false. Okay, if you want to terminate the execution of the code, then basically you use the return false. If you want to send some information to the output, then you use the return true. This is the basic difference. Again, if you want to get more detail about this topic, then you can go to my the lecture series of the video. Everything is covered in that video in detail, and hope you will enjoy. We are going to enjoy that video. Now let's go to the next question. Next question is the important question: difference between shared variable and external variable. And this is a popular question of the interview. I do in every interview this question you are going to get it. This shared variable and external variable. I have a different video on shared variable also, and different video on external variable also. You can go there. First times I will suggest you can go there. Video will be longer because I have explained in detail, so it will be boring for you. But if you see, I am sure you will going to get the detail of this topic. But again, don't worry if you don't want to go. I am going to explain in brief here. Shared variable is something like that. If you are, it is a variable. Also, if name is suggested variable, then it is a variable, of course. So shared variable is a variable where value is stored in form of cache. So why it is require a cache variable? Let's take example. We want to get some information from the database, and we are going to use that value, a static value like that. Consider like that. Let's take a scenario where in daily we have to basically in every second basically we are fetching information from database and using that value. If we call again database, then it will be very application performance will be going to degrade, and it will be not a good useful code. Okay, then in that case basically what we can do, we can basically fetch data from database, and we are going to store value into the form of the cache, and we are going to use that cache value. And until and unless cache will be clear, we are going to use that value. How will be cache will be cleared? The cache will be clear once we redeploy the application, or once we restart the application, e.g. message flow, or we can delete or create the message flow incident. So until unless we can perform this activity, the variable are stored in form of the cache, and we are going to use that cache value. Once you clear the cache, then you again it is going to look into database, and you're going to fetch value from database, and again you are going to get the new details whatever the present is from inside the database. are going to get detail. Now this is all about the shared variable. Now coming to the external variable. External variable is something different. Now external variable is a static variable type like that. A external whatever you declared in the external variable, it is going for the lifetime. It is not going to change. So whatever you have declared in the external variable, it is going for the lifetime of the message flow. It is not going to change. Whatever you restart the EG, redeploy the application, or you restart the message flow. Whatever you are going to do, it does not affect to it. It is going to be the in the it is going to be the be available there. Okay, let me show you basically example. Here it if you there are two way to define the basically a external variable. If you go here, if we not have a properties, you can know there is a property of this you whatever the properties present here, you can define all these properties, whatever the properties present here, you can provide all these properties into the basically you can define all properties in the form of basically external variable. Apart from that, you can also define the user defined properties. You can define here the user properties. I have given a default name of the table, and this value basically we are going to the do a bar override. We are going to while we are going to in properties file basically we are going to write like that. You are going to like that. Let me show you in properties file basically we are going to here I am going to against that I am going to write here the as a table name something whatever the table name like it table name is like that article. Okay, so I am going to write here table name, and at this that property file I am going to apply a bar override to this application that the IIB Developer. Okay, so this is basically a external variable. So external variable in external basically we define a properties, or by default property we give a generic name, and that against that we are whatever the value present we write in the properties file. Again that property child we apply a bar override to the bar file, and we deploy that application having that properties file into the our execution group, and that changes we are going to that reflect. It will be available till the message flow. It is not going to be vanished. If someone is asking what is the life of the shared variable and extra variable, the life of shared variable is till the execution group is uh, started, message flow is redeployed, or message flow application is deployed, or message flow is restarted in that. But external variable life is until the message flow, it is not going to be basically finished. It is life is until the message flow is exist. Now coming to the next question, what is a static variable and set variable? This is also an important question the interview and top level question of the interview. If you're talking about the static variable and the set variable, a static variable is something like that. You can say that there are two type variable. Sorry, I'm using variable static library and shared library. If you're talking about library, if some there is a code that is we are going to use in daily creating of the message flow, you know I have created here a library also. You see, I have created here the access exception handler library I have created here. This makes and I'm using directly. I'm dragging and dropping. I'm directly using here. I'm just drag and drop. I use here. It's simple. Okay. Now, if you are using a library is basically a generic code. If you are going to store a generic code, reusable code that you are going to use when you are going to create a new message flow, then we keep that code in the library. The library are two types: static variable, static library and the shared library. If you're talking about the static library is basically if you are defining a library in form of static, then in case you are made any changes in the library, then you need to redeploy the application to make the changes ineffective. But in case it is a shared variable, then you do not need to basically redeploy the application. If you are making any changes in the library, then you do not need to basically redeploy the you do not need to basically redeploy the application. You just need to redeploy the library. So a static library is not a deployable, but the shared library is a deployable. So we can deploy the shared library to make the changes ineffective. So that is the benefit of the shared library. Let's say there is 10 application which using a particular shared library, and there is another 10 application which is using this particular static library. Now somehow we have made a small change in the static library, and we have made some small change in the shared library. If you want to make a changes in effective, then in case of static library, you need to basically uh, redeploy the all 10 application of the static library. But if you want to make a changes in the shared library, basically you need to just redeploy the shared library. It will make the changes effective into all the application that is using the shared library. So that's the benefit of the shared library. So this is difference between the static library and the shared library. Now this is all about the library. If you want to again more about the this topic, go to my video and just watch in detail. I have created the shared library, I have created the static library, I have just by scratch I have done it. Now coming to the last question of this basically interview series. If you want to more question, I will frame some more question uh, of the IIB developer that basically asked in the interview. Okay, but for now, this is the last question. What is the difference between field name and field value? So let me go to the this. If you are talking about this, okay. So name tag. So this is if you are talking about name, then this is basically a field value of name. And if you are talking about the field value, the name is the field name. Let me show you. Let me do one thing. Let me copy this. Copy this. Why? Let's take an example, just simple example. Okay. Input to dot xml dot article detail dot article. But on that name first and underneath name I have selected the first. So I'm just using the first. Okay. Okay. Now if I am just let me clear this all so that I can see. If I am just using the field name function, then the output will be my name. Okay. If I am using the field value, then output will be the value inside present here. The output will be my earphone. Output will be my earphone. The field value is the value of the tag, and the field name is the name of the tag. Let's take a scenario of this. This is the important example. If we are talking about the field value of the price, then it is the 25,000. If we are searching the field value of the unit, that value will be INR. You have the field name of price, then price. Field name of unit will be unit. Okay. This is all about the field name and the field value. Again, you are going to, if you want to go detail about that topic, you just go to my visit my the this topic, just search field name and field value in the ESQL. You are going to get my video, and I have just written the code in detail and show you how it's basically in the toolkit. Everything I have written. Okay, we are going to get a detail of the topic in the my lecture series of the ESQLs or IBM integration bus, by everything, by writing the code and everything basically from a scratch, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, this is all about the 10 question of the IIB developer interview questions. Okay, hope you like the series of the interview. If you want to make a video on any topic, just comment me either on the mail or either on, or you can send me the Instagram or the Facebook page, or you can write the Telegram, anywhere you can just message me. I'm going to reply. And if you like the video, just uh, if you're new to my channel, then subscribe to my channel. And if you not like the video, then just click on the like button. If you want to just if there is a colleague, then you can share them so that they, basically taking a knowledge to ourselves is not a limited. Basically, if you are saying sharing something someone to, and if they are going to get a benefit, then he is also going to be happy. Okay, if I choose to keep the knowledge with myself, then I'm not going to make a video. Okay, I'm making a video so that you can get the benefit. So if people think like that, then it will be not a good. Knowledge should be expanded. Ex- Expanding the knowledge basically will not harm anyone. Okay, now hope you have liked the video. Now we will again meet with the next topic with the interesting. We will see you again. Thank you so much. Thank you all.